Hey, welcome to the live. Yeah, it's the business channel. So I'm not expecting many people to come on during the business channel. It's new. So I'm just going to talk briefly about what's going on with the big GameStop moves. We saw these historic moves, as you know, everybody's seen it on the news. Bang, big spike up. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but one thing I've always told people is that when you see anything go up in value like this, like crazy spike, typically you're going to see a crazy spike downwards afterwards. And yeah, it looks like we're seeing this with GameStop, and I take no pleasure from that whatsoever. I take no pleasure, or no, I don't feel bad about it. I'm kind of neutral about the whole thing. But it shows, once again, one of the truisms of investing and in terms of markets. When you see the value of something spike up really quickly like that, typically the universe seeks balance, and you'll see it drop right back down. So I always tell people, whether it be GameStop or Bitcoin or whatever, silver, when something goes like this, not the time to get in at that point. Usually, because I don't have a crystal ball, usually it's gonna reverse itself. So I didn't jump in when, the time to jump into GameStop, it was in, December, but not now. So I don't know what's going to happen. It could reverse itself, but typically another rule, Stef's rule of investing, short-term moves are emotional. Long-term moves are based on fundamentals. Emotional moves are erratic, unpredictable. Fundamental moves are slow and predictable. But of course, short-term moves, although the long-term play takes a long time to play out, so you got to have some patience with that. So there you go. That's my 2 cents about this whole GameStop thing. Yeah, snowstorm started. Yeah, it did. You were on my other live. See, why am I doing all these lives in a car? Because COVID times, restaurants are closed, everything is closed. So there's nowhere to go except the private facilities in my building, my place. Beyond that, that's it. So I come out in the car to, just to get a different view of things, Hopefully it'll be opening up with the restaurants and the malls and so forth, and public places soon, but I don't know. So there you go. You have any questions? You have any comments vis-a-vis, business, investing, whatever? This is the channel for that. I'm going to refrain from doing that on my big channel with the 180K subs. We're going to do this channel so everybody gets what they want. So there you go. So what am I saying? I don't know what's going to happen with GameStop, but I think the mojo is out of that right now. I think the mob is going to move into another area. And I shouldn't say mob because I don't want to be disparaging. I actually really like the Wall Street bets, the whole notion of that. It's cool. But it's also, a lot of these people have not seen markets before, so they don't understand what will happen on the back end. They may be learning that lesson soon. Yeah, as a general rule, I always suggest look up, and I'm not a financial advisor, so you have to do your own due diligence. I always suggest people look up Vanguard and look up Jack Bogle. He was the founder of that. And he gives you all kinds of raw numbers and statistics. It's pretty illuminating, and it will give you insight in terms of how to handle investments. Just followed you here a few days ago. Good to catch you live. Oh, so you're a new sub. Okay, cool. So if you're a new sub, just to know, my coding channel has about 180,000 subscribers, give or take. This is something I had started a little while back, but due to COVID and everything else, I had to take a time off. So I decided I'm building this up because I've been coding for decades, but I've also been an entrepreneur since early 90s as well. So I'm just sort of, again, passing back what I've learned over that period of time on this channel. So thanks for watching. If you're watching this on a regular basis, I plan to add content to this on a regular basis. Anyhow, so there you go. That's the GameStop story. Who knows where it's going to go? But my general rule, never buy big spikes up. You want to buy over here, not here. Because when it gets up here, it usually goes down like this. Often. More probable. So, yeah, and I'll tell you a story. When I was involved in the last big crazy market, I was trading 6 figures. This is 2010, 9 area, 2008 area, something like that. And I broke my own rules because I got caught up in the frenzy of the trade, of trading. And yeah, so I did all my trading. I was trading every day, studying and doing everything that you got to do, what everybody does, watching videos and, you know, checking charts and yada, 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 all this stuff. And I would buy and sell, and I made some money, but it was almost a full-time job. And it was like, it's nerve-wracking because you're taking these positions. Anyhow, long story short, at the end of it, after a year and a half, 2 years of doing this, I did my calculations. I sat down, I started calculating how much I made versus if I would have just went the approach I had initially intended, kind of the distributed buying, not concentrating your positions and just buying positions here and there and indexes. And I found that if I would have just bought and hold, I would have made much more money without all the headaches. So I always advise people, which is going to be one of the messages of this channel. By the way, this channel is not going to just be about trading and markets. There's going to be a lot of business content and entrepreneur content and freelancing content. Anyway, one of the things I always advise people to do before you jump into the market for trading, do paper trading first. And that means basically get a Google spreadsheet or whatever, or Microsoft spreadsheet, and pretend you have $50,000 or $100,000 or $10,000, whatever it is, and virtually buy your positions. I bought GameStop. I bought 10 shares or 100 shares on this date for this price, and I bought silver. I bought SLV, this many shares at this price on this date, and then track it the next day, and then maybe do the 1 day track, 5 day, and maybe the 2 week tracking, and see where, if you had bought those shares, where you would actually be. It's going to give you a tremendous insight in terms of your hit ratio without all the emotions. And then you can decide whether or not it makes sense to have made those bets. What I suspect you will find is that you will probably maybe find yourself break even over a 2 week period or month period, or losing. That's typically the case. Not always, but typically. So there you go. So if you're wondering, I'm recording this on my iPhone. I just bought my first iPhone here, first time ever. Why did I buy an iPhone? Try something different. Android guy ever prior to this, and I'm very impressed with the video quality of all things. It's really, really good. I got the iPhone Pro 12 Max Super Duper. No, I just invented Super Duper. All right, is there any questions? How many people are on here? 8. Oh, it's not bad. It's a start. On my other channel, I'll get like hundreds of people who join. So do you have any questions about anything related to business, investing, etc.? Fire at me. I've been doing this for decades, so I can give you some insight. I'm sitting here in my car because it's COVID days, and snowy out. All right, let's see what we got here. Hold on, we got a question. I'll get to it in a second. I think I just have to tap here, or is it here? There we go. Live notification. Start with, did you know Studio Web? What's business? What do you mean, what's business? I'm not sure if I understand that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change this channel name. Studio Web is my learning SaaS, software as a service, which is used by schools all over the place. I don't know why I called this channel Studio Web. That was weird. I got to give it some sort of business-oriented name. But yeah, hello, snowstorm started. Yeah, it did. So, any other questions? I'm not sure what's business is supposed to mean. So that's it. If that's all. So again, to recap, I just telling people, when you see any stocks or whatever shoot up in value super quickly like this, you don't want to. Typically, you don't want to buy in when it's up here. Not a good move. You want to buy in when it's here. So with GameStop, it would have been much better to buy in like December than a week ago, obviously. And I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. And guess what? The financial advisors are wrong half the time, more than half the time anyway. But it's just very dangerous to buy after you see a huge run up. That's all I'm saying. That's my tip of the day. In case somebody want to filter live from videos. In case somebody want to filter live from videos. I don't understand what you're asking, dude. All right. Live notes start with, did you know Studio Web? Notifications. Okay, you're talking about notifications. Live notifications start with a red dot. Did you know? Red dot Studio Web notifications. Okay, I didn't know. All right, that's about it. Unless there's any questions, I'll let you guys go. That was my point for now. I'll chime in at a later point if something is worthy of chiming in. Ciao.